You are looking at the DJI Avata 2, the much-hyped FPV drone promising insane thrills and easy cinematic shots. I flew it for weeks to give you the brutal truth. This honest review will save you money and frustration by revealing the major problems you won't see in the ads. For the best price, click the link in the description. But here's what surprised me. For a drone that's supposed to unlock pure freedom, it feels strangely restricted. Therefore, before you get swept up in the hype, you need to understand the Avata 2's reality, not just its marketing. This isn't just a review. It's an intervention. Let's dive into the first massive issue, the controller. DJI heavily promotes the intuitive, beginner-friendly DJI RC Motion 3. You move your hand, the drone moves. It sounds like magic, and for basic cruising it kinda is. You can feel like a pilot in minutes, but here's the twist that feels like a bait and switch. To perform those advertised jaw-dropping flips, rolls, and 180-degree drifts, you cannot use the motion controller. Nope, you need a separate traditional FPV controller, like the DJI FPV Remote Controller 2, sold separately. That's right, the Easy Acrobatics tagline has a hidden asterisk the size of a propeller. It's like buying a sports car advertised for drag racing, but then being told the Nitro Boost is a paid extra. This fragmented control scheme creates a confusing and expensive path to the drone's full potential. Therefore, if you're a true beginner dreaming of those pro moves, your starter cost just ballooned. But maybe the video quality makes it all worth it, right? The Avata 2 boasts a 1.3-inch sensor and stunning 4K/60 FPS low-altitude footage with a super-wide 155-degree field of view. And the footage can look incredible, vibrant, smooth, and immersive. However, there's a significant catch hiding in the fine print, number 6 on the spec sheet to be precise. To get the highest quality HDR video, you often have to turn off the electronic image stabilization or lock yourself into 30 FPS. The very feature that makes FPV footage watchable, rock-steady stabilization, cripples your video specs. It's a classic choose one scenario. Do you want buttery smoothness or the best color and dynamic range? You often can't have both. For a drone marketed for hassle-free content creation, that's a hassle. So the footage needs work, but at least it's safe to fly with those built-in propeller guards, making it robust and durable for flying in various scenarios. They are super sturdy and they've saved my Avata from several, let's call them enthusiastic landings. But this safety comes at a critical artistic cost. The guards are always in the shot. That ultra-wide 155-degree lens. You're constantly seeing the rounded edges of the guards in your frame, especially in turns. It's like filming your entire life through a fishbowl helmet. You can remove them, but then you're flying a naked, expensive carbon fiber hornet's nest. One wrong move and it's an expensive lawnmower. It's the drone equivalent of wearing floaties in the pool. Safe, but you're not winning any style points. Alright, so it has training wheels, but the flight time must be epic with those 3 batteries in the Fly More combo. DJI claims up to 23 minutes. In my real-world testing, flying with any spirit, the reason you buy an FPV drone, that number shrinks to about 12 to 15 minutes. That's because the advertised time is measured at a constant, slow cruise in perfect conditions. The moment you punch the throttle or fight a breeze, the battery drains faster than my enthusiasm for assembling flat-pack furniture. With 3 batteries, you might get a solid 40 minutes of actual fun flying. That's not terrible, but it's a far cry from the marathon session the spec sheet implies. You'll spend more time charging than a superhero's nemesis spends monologuing. Therefore, let's talk about the ecosystem, because the Avata 2 doesn't live alone. It requires DJI Goggles. The Goggles 3 are fantastic, a huge upgrade in comfort and visual clarity. But compatible with is a slippery phrase. While it lists older goggles like the Goggles 2, You lose key features like the super smooth 1080p/100 fps video transmission. You're buying into a walled garden, and the tallest, shiniest walls are around the latest gear. And then there's the DJI Fly app saga. The product description has a critical, somewhat alarming note right at the top. The app has been removed from Google Play. You must sideload it from DJI's website. For a company of DJI's stature, that's a bizarre and frustrating red flag for Android users. It adds an immediate hurdle before your first flight. But the biggest problem might be its identity crisis. The Avata 2 is caught between being a beginner-friendly cinematic drone and a prosumer FPV racer. It's too restricted and automated for seasoned FPV pilots who build their own drones for total freedom. Yet, it's too complex and fragmented for a complete novice who just wants to open a box and do backflips. It occupies a weird middle ground. It's the Swiss Army knife of drones. It can do many things, but you wouldn't use it as your primary screwdriver or your main knife. The motion controller is a genius gateway drug, but the addiction requires a more expensive, traditional controller to fully feed. So, after all these problems, who is this drone actually for? That's the resolution. The DJI Avata 2 is for a very specific person. The content creator or adventurous traveler who values a relatively safe, portable, and high-quality POV camera above all else. Someone who will use the light-cut app templates, who loves the immersive goggles view, and who is okay with the limitations for the sake of incredible, stable footage right out of the box. It's not for the tinkerer or the budget-conscious. It's a premium, polished but purposefully limited tool. If your goal is to learn true, unrestricted FPV flight, you might be better off with a different path. But if you want the most accessible, high-quality flying camera for dynamic shots, and you're willing to pay the premium and accept its quirks, the Avata 2 has no equal. Just go in with your eyes wide open, not just the goggles. For the absolute best price on Amazon and the Fly More combo, click the link in the description below.